On the Triple Survival Show today, we're covering a game that sold 500,000 copies. Absolutely one of my favourite games of the year already. Core Keeper may look a bit cutesy, but it's absolutely a fantastic game. It's got an update that's gone live today, big improvements to boss fights as well as some quality of life stuff. And then we're talking about Green Hell and Smalland. Green Hell's just added its final Spirits of Amazonia free expansion update yesterday. So we're going to cover the details of that, the progress they've made with it all, and the future of Green Hell, especially what's going on with console updates. And we're also going over the latest from Smalland. I've been covering again this on my second channel, Jadecraft, a lot, and that's where you'll see the Core Keeper content I've been doing as well. And it's coming strength to strength with the latest showing off of the winter season. Are we going to get a reveal date soon, or at least a chance to play the demo? I think so. Let's go through all that stuff. Don't forget to like, make sure you're subscribed. It's the Survival Show. Let's go. Spirits of Amazonia Part 3 is now available. It launched yesterday and it's the conclusion of 3 content expansions that have been coming since January 2021. The first one gave you the chance to get to know new tribespeople. Completing missions and gaining their trust would unlock new items as well as new ways to play on the brand new map. This update also added modular construction and a whole lot more to the base game. So it's been great to see this free content coming and arriving. Of course, it will be hitting console, we'll talk about that in a while. Part 2 opened and fleshed out the Spirits of Amazonia even more, improving the map locations, adding new enemies to encounter, including a thug version of a tribe member, and a whole host more of creatures like the Black Panther and Baby Tapir. The Spirits of Amazonia is a prequel. It's basically giving you the run up and explaining exactly how you ended up in the Amazonian forest and what you was really doing there before the events of the main game. So it is kind of recommended to do the main game first, just to learn how to survive and go through the story, even if technically this is a kind of prequel. But obviously alongside the survival mode that you can play, sandbox version, you can go ahead and just start this up if you really want to give it a try. Especially maybe if you've not played or completed Green Hell, it might be worth giving this a go from the very start. They also added an extra hard mode to this version of the Spirits of Amazonia Part 2, so it was received pretty well. And finally, after a pretty lengthy wait, nearly 9 months, we've got Part 3. This is the conclusion of the 3 expansions. This adds a whole new element to Green Hell, where you'll be actually having trials. These trials consist of maybe combat missions, or possibly even scavenging and hunting tasks, with some of them taking on a more psychedelic feel. Obviously, a big part of the game is drinking concoctions that can give you visions. There's a big new section of map to explore with a brand new tribe called the Habuku, and these are where you're going to maybe encounter the trials. So it hopefully gives a bit more replayability and something new and fresh to do. Fair play to Creepy Jar, the developers. They've really supported this game since its launch and obviously given a lot of content there. So Green Hell was already one of my favourite survival games, absolutely one of the hardest and toughest ones on PC, and we are expecting all of these updates to hit console in the future, but it's still going to be a bit of a wait. It looks like Creepy Jar also want to have 2 more major updates before they maybe start looking at console versions. Unless anything's changed and they're doing it concurrently. They're going to be working on a building update which will allow you to build tree houses, clear large logs, and pretty much flesh out and make better the building mechanics. And then they're also going to have an animal husbandry, which looks like it's going to have more to do with rearing creatures, a bit more farming, and having special places where you can actually tame and maybe breed creatures. This was all revealed in a roadmap a bit earlier on, and you can see here we've got the Spirits of Amazonia Part 3, the building update, then the animal husbandry, and then underneath we've got console updates. So hoping that they're using some sort of outside port team to maybe help them, but it does look like they've done the ports themselves, so we might not see the Spirits of Amazonia completion on console for a good few months yet. And just judging by these pictures, it looks like they might be lumping 1 and 2 together and then possibly working on number 3 a little later on. So hopefully that does mean console players will get a chance to experience Spirits of Amazonia a little bit sooner. I was less than impressed with Green Hell on Switch, it has to be said. It just felt a bit too green and muddy for me, but on Xbox and PlayStation it wasn't too bad if you could just get past some of the finicky controls. When you combine everything you can do in Green Hell with the story mode, which has a fantastic story to follow, something unusual in a lot of survival games, as well as the sandbox survival modes where you can just simply go along and survive, build all sorts of different modifications and homes made out of mud or clay or wood or bamboo, And then Spirits of Amazonia, the prequel DLC content, which is free, it really does make Green Hell a fantastic value, especially if you are a bit of a hardcore survival fan. Once these two updates are done, it does look like, though that will be the last of it, the building and animal husbandry, it looks like they have got another project in the works. They did reveal a little teaser of that last year, so I'm guessing that's going to be full force on that in the future. Let me know if you played Green Hell, what did you think about it? Is it really the toughest survival game you've seen? And absolutely, I'll be giving this a shot in the near future as well. I'd like to catch up. I never actually managed to finish the main game, but I really did enjoy a lot of the aspects of it. As soon as we get any news about them console updates, I'll be the first person to let you know. And yeah, go and check out the free update that hit PC yesterday. I've been playing a whole bunch of Core Keeper on my second channel, JCraft. You go and check it out right now, and absolutely loving it. It is a survival crafting game with a little bit of a cutesy vibe, maybe based a little bit like Terraria, Minecraft, and maybe even Animal Crossing. They've got a little update going live today, and it adds a whole bunch of improvements to one of the toughest boss fights. You really do get some challenges in this game, and he has just been a little bit too tough with his health massively regenerating. So they've tweaked that. They've also added a bunch of other improvements, fixes and quality of life stuff to do with inventory management and swapping stuff out between boxes and storage. So I'm all for this. I will have a more detailed video covering that update on my second channel, and you can go and see a whole bunch of boss fights as well, which I've been working on lately. Core Keeper recently hit 500,000 copies sold in just 2 weeks, so it's well on its way to earning 1 million copies, and I fully expect to see it hit that in the next few weeks. Cheap as chips on PC, sadly not coming to console at any time soon. It does look like they probably want to get early access out the way before they launch it on console, but it does look like something very easy to pull, and they did put it on their roadmap that they would bring it to console in the future. I'm absolutely loving this. I'm so addicted to it. Out of all the games I'm playing at the moment, it's Core Keeper that I just want to go and mooch on. So go and check it out, give it a shot. Promise you it's got some survival mechanics in it, you need food, and it's definitely got some challenges with the bosses. They've already revealed their roadmap plans at launch, and it's looking good with big updates including an underwater ocean biome, a desert biome, more bosses, more items, and maybe even pets in the future. Someone scoffed when I said I think this might be the game of the year in my review, but genuinely I just really found it really addictive. I'm close to 90 hours in the game already, and that's pretty unheard of for me. So absolutely give it a shot if you see it on Steam. In fact, go and look for it right now. And another reason you've got to be subscribed to my second channel, JCraft, because I'm covering Smalland on that channel alongside Grounded. And Smalland's had a whole bunch of reveals lately, the latest one being the snow kind of season. This is a big component that separates Smalland from Grounded. It's actually going to have seasons in it, so everything's going to change. Different bugs will be around on creatures, and you'll have to make sure you've got enough supplies and resources to last through the winter. I showed this off on Twitter, and as I said, I've been showing a whole bunch of stuff off lately. I've already done a video detailing this on the second channel, but they did show off more of their antenna mode, a way that you'll be able to see in the dark resources and possibly creatures, and a whole host of the building and decoration items that you'll be able to have, making everything look a bit cozy, very like Burrow-esque in my opinion. I do believe they're also starting up another round of beta testing, which you can sign up for as being a merge playtester in the future. And I am kind of predicting we're going to get a reveal trailer soon, because I know the devs are working on it, and it looks like I think it's going to release the demo that's coming maybe in June. That's when the next Steam Next Festival was, and originally the demo they was going to have last year was coinciding with that, but they decided to delay it to work more on the game. So it looks like this June, with that happening, I could see that's when we're going to get a chance to actually play Smalland for yourself in some sort of demo form, or maybe even a release date for the full game, or early access version launch of it at least anyway, at some point later on this year. But there we go, that is the Triple Survival Show today. Everything you need to know. I know I'm promoting my second channel quite heavily, but obviously I am separating stuff if you don't know why, because so many of these games kind of conflict with each other. Going from Grounded to Rust, from Smalland to maybe Ark, sometimes they just don't maybe have the same audiences. So I've got more of this kind of chilled experiences, a bit younger sometimes on the second channel, and maybe the more hardcore survival games on the main. But this survival show does give me an excuse to pretty much show off some of the stuff I've been doing and keep everyone in the loop if you just love survival news. So expect more preview videos every Wednesday, the Triple Show, and maybe another weekend Triple Show too. Until next time, I'll catch you ratbags later.